Oh, I have to talk to myself in a bedroom. Try again. Right, let the nerves go. Come on, you can do it. I'm drowning. Anyway, hi, welcome back. It's me, Chelsea. Hope you're doing good. In today's video, I'm not talking. Are you right? I am talking, clearly. I won't be eating food, and I'm not reviewing clothes. I'm going to be talking about something very personal to me, and it's been going on now for a very long time. A very long time. So, if you want to hear about it, stick around. I suffer with something called Trichotillomania. It's basically it's a condition where you pull your hair out. Well, you know, hi, I've still got a full head of hair. You have urges to pull your hair out. It can be either your eyelashes, your eyebrows, or your head. And other cases it can be lower regions or your legs. But my case happens to be my head. Let's get into it, shall we? This is my personal experience. If you want to hear, stick around. So when I was 3, I used to do this. Hang on, let me just grab a little bit. So I used to do this when I was about 3 years old. I'd grab a little bit of hair and just twist it round, twist it round, twist it round to the point where it was like that all the way at the top of my head. Eventually, I think I twisted it to the point I went bald. Yeah, I literally looked like I had a mown bit of grass just on the top of my head. Someone's just gone zzz. My parents were like, are you right, mate? Somehow I stopped doing it. Just grew out of it, I guess. And then I got to the age of, I'd say, 12, 13. And that's when it started again. But I think I know what my trigger was. Everyone has triggers, that's the thing. So mine, I think, was my parents bought me a laptop. I'm not blaming them. Not blaming them at all. But they bought me a laptop for school. I could do my schoolwork on. When I'd be clicking away, you know, click, 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 I would just sit there and just find bits of hair, thick bits of hair, bear in mind. Like, I have a thing with my trichotillomania. It's different. I do mine specifically, so I go for texture. People with trichotillomania can have, well, can do different things. Sometimes they can go for texture, sometimes they can go for just, I guess, just normal hair. But mine is like thick strands, you know, the thick black wiry ones that make your hair thick. Weirdly enough, I like the feel of those, and I'll pull them out. It's like a satisfying feeling. So I'll twiddle it, and then eventually I will pull it out my scalp and just wrap around my finger, twist it round and into like a little hairball. No idea why. And then my parents eventually saw it, and it was like a clump of hairballs about this big in the corner of the dining room. So they asked me, oh, are you pulling your hair out again? I didn't really pay much attention to it, in all honesty. I really didn't. I didn't even notice my hair getting shorter either. So over time, my hair would go like from how it is now. It used to be longer than this actually, but from like here, and it would just gradually get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. I was constantly asked questions as well. So what was it? Year 9 this must have been. From year 9 up until I finished school, I was constantly asked questions by, you know, your typical popular kids. Sort of like, oh, have you cut your hair? Oh, you cut your hair. You look like you cut your hair. And I always wondered for 2 years why they constantly kept asking me why I cut my hair. And it wasn't until I saw this picture, I'll pop it up right now. Wasn't until I saw this picture and it kind of shocked me a little bit. I was like, oh, now I see why people are asking. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to college in September, so later on in the year. I need something to do to, you know, in between that time to stop myself from going even more bald. I would use bits like, you know, little bits of string, like bits of plastic, anything sort of like thick with like what would feel like a thick piece of hair, basically. It's not the same, honestly. If you have trichotillomania, you know it's not the same if you have tried these. Eventually got to college, And that's where I met my partner that I have now. 8 years deep. Cute, right? Got to college, met my partner, told him the situation as what was going on with me. I basically pulled my hair out for no reason at all. And he was like, okay, let's help with that. Not pull my hair out with me. Could you imagine him on one side, me on the other? Hi. Every time he saw me twiddle like this, he would tell me to stop. He'd be like, enough of that, you know, stop twiddling. So I would stop, but it would always be a case of stopping for like half an hour and then doing it again. So it's the constant stop doing it, stop twiddling, that eventually helped me grow my hair. I can't stress this enough. If you have a good support system, use it. I would probably be bald if I didn't have the support system I have. Right, I have my partner to thank, I have my mum and dad especially to thank as well. Every time I start twiddling, my mum gives me that look of, you know the mum look, that scary look that she gives you when you're doing something you shouldn't. She'd give me that look. And then my dad would be like, if you do that one more time, I'll tickle you to death. And so I'd be like, okay. And even a couple of my friends, well I say a couple, probably only one of my friends, tells me to stop twiddling when she sees. It's good to have people around you that know your situation and know how to help you, if that makes sense. Speak to someone. Message me. My Twitter's right here. If you have any questions or anything, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Like, talk to your family, talk to a doctor, or if you have a partner, talk to your partner. Honestly, it is the best help out there, and I can't thank everyone enough that has helped me and support me. Like I said, I'd be bald if I didn't have the support. But it is just a case of just speaking to someone and getting help. If there are people struggling to talk about it, I get it. I really do, because I don't talk about mine. It's embarrassing. In all honesty, it's not a nice thing to have, and it's definitely not a nice thing to have someone witness you constantly doing this all the time. So I always have my hair up. Right, I thought I'll put my hair down today so you can see how long it's gotten, but I normally have my hair up purely because it stops me from twiddling and it's out my face. So if I see it in my peripherals, I'm tempted to twiddle. It's so hard to describe what it feels like to someone that doesn't have it, if that makes sense. The feeling that I get from it is like satisfaction. It's like relief. I can feel, before the urge gets there to pull, I start feeling a tension, and then I start, not shaking, but I start moving my hands more. I start getting irritated, and so it eventually gets to a point where I'm just like this, and then I'll look as well. Like, I'll have a look through my hair and find like the blackest one there is and pull it out. God knows why. It is definitely a struggle, and I've had this now for 11 years. It's not curable, so don't think that some medicine can just whisk it away, or you can just rub a lamp and a genie will come out and you've got 3 wishes. It's nice to get it off your chest, right? When you actually speak to someone about it, it's nice to get it off your chest, because then you can they kind of understand, especially if you're talking to the right person, right? They get it and they want to help. But if you're talking to someone that has no idea, fob them off, mate. If you are obviously pulling your hair out and you have no idea why, just do some research. Honestly, like, do some research. That's what I did. I never knew there was an actual hair pulling condition called Trichotillomania until I'm actually twiddling right now. Sorry. Until I looked it up. And then I was reading through all of the symptoms and what it actually is, and I was like, yeah, I do that. But like, if it wasn't for this lovely man right here, if it wasn't for him, I would not have the length of hair that I have now, right? Right. I still think this is short. So for me, like, this is amazing, but I still think this is short. I'd love to go longer, but with having trichotillomania, it's kind of difficult because you spend all of this time growing your hair to just pull it out. If you have trick and you do tend to pull your hair out a lot, you'll understand it when I say that you do feel a little bit of guilt and a little bit of, why did I do that? That's how I think it. So every time I pull a bit of hair out now, I'm like, great, you know, you've spent all of this time growing it and you've just ripped it out. So it gives you different sort of like moods. So you feel embarrassed, you feel socially awkward. It's not nice to be out in social gatherings and just do this all the time, because people do look at you. Like, people do look at you and think, what the fuck are you doing? And it's not, that's the thing, I don't do it on like an odd occasion, it's an everyday thing. So it's not like I can pull one strand of hair out and then go all day with not doing it. I pull one strand out and then I have to pull another one out, and then I have to pull another one out. Like, it's a reoccurring thing. So until someone says stop, right, I'll carry on doing it. I can't thank people enough. Right? And I'm hoping to get better. Like I said, it's not curable. It is something that you do have to live with for the rest of your life. So unfortunately, 25, you know, gonna have a bald head by the time I'm 80 probably. It's hard to, like I said, it's hard to stop. I've tried stopping. I tried stopping for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I didn't pull my hair out for 2 weeks. I thought I was cured. I was like, yay, you know, the fairy godmother has gone, ding, you are cured of trichotillomania. You are no longer pulling your hair out. Until one day I just went ding, and it started back up again. So it's not curable. I don't know anyone else that has trichotillomania. So if this helps anyone, great, happy days, happy to help. Yeah, this is my personal experience of having trichotillomania. Other people are completely different. It's so hard to talk about. I don't know if that's just coming from embarrassment or if it's just people just won't understand. This has been my personal journey. Journey? It's not even been a journey, it's just been an open thing. If you did enjoy, well, I say if you did enjoy, but if you did find this a little bit mumble jumble, sorry, that is me. I do tend to get all of my words out all at once. I'm going to wrap up today's video. If you have any questions, drop them down below or tweet me. I've been Chels, you know, this is my trichotillomania, and I will catch you all in the next video.